Now I'll try my best to make this video as short as possible, as informative as possible, and I'll try my best to make it the less confusing I can.
Who am I to let you down, down, down?
So hello everyone, welcome to my motor vlog channel. This is Karthik Tuning, and in today's topic, as you read from the title below, is about the top 4 reasons why Royal Enfields vibrate so much. And before I start this video, let me tell you guys that I'm not trying to defame Royal Enfield, of course, because if I would be trying to do so, I wouldn't have bought Royal Enfield in the first place. But these are some of the reasons that you guys should be aware of, and some people need to be aware of before they start hating on Royal Enfield that it just vibrates. There are reasons why it vibrates. And if you want, I'll make the same video in Hindi if you want it. So comment down below if you want me to make it in Hindi. So I'll just make this video once again in Hindi and I'll just share it with you guys. So let's get started. Reason number 1. Now reason number 1 is the cylinder of the engine. Now Royal Enfield with the lowest CC possible is 350, and to be honest, it's a huge power. It's a huge power compared to Indian roads, compared to the daily commute bike normal Indian people use. And it's a huge power, 350cc huge power, and when we move on to higher cc like 500 to 535, they are huge. But the Royal Enfield, the engine of a Royal Enfield is based on a single cylinder. So a single cylinder, which is the main part of the engine, or you can say the head of the engine, where the piston is and the spark plug everything is, which is supposed to make the power. The main cylinder, Royal Enfield only has, like the Royal Enfield engine has only one of it. So a single cylinder on a 350 engine, on a 500 engine, or a 535 is under lots of strain, because a single cylinder is responsible to make so much power. A single cylinder is responsible to make 350cc of power. So the reason why the Royal Enfield vibrates is because there are no cylinder distribution. Now what I mean by cylinder distribution, now you see bikes such as high-end sports bikes such as all the 1000cc bike, or a bike such as Honda CB500, it has a twin cylinder bike, which means there are 2 cylinders, and one cylinder makes a power of 250cc. So when 250cc and 250cc come together, it makes 500cc. But when it comes to Royal Enfield, it just gives 500cc power from one cylinder. So you see that cylinder is under lots and lots of strain. It has to give 500cc of power from one cylinder. So it gets tough job for it. And because of the strain caused on the engine, because of the, you can see the frustration caused on the engine is made to, it vibrates because there is so much power produced inside, but the one single cylinder is not able to handle it. So in return you get lots and lots of vibration, because there is lots of power but nothing or no proper way to distribute it. Now reason number 2 is about the gear ratio. Now Royal Enfield comes with only 5 gear. If you take out the neutral, it only comes with 5 gears, and which is a pretty bad decision, I'll say, because you see 500cc is in lots and lots of power, and these 5 gears, yeah, the power is distributed properly among all these, but there is still lots and lots of power, you can say extra, which can be given to another gear, which can be the 6th gear. But Royal Enfield didn't do so. I don't know why, but they didn't do so. So yeah, there is just 5 gears, and everyone has their own power, and then there is this excess amount of power which has no gears to use. So that excess amount of power just gets stored in the engine, and it ends up vibrating the engine, because you are raving on the 5th gear, you are trying to go more and more higher, but the 5th gear is at its limit. It needs another gear, and there is no another gear, so it ends up just vibrating your engine. And the best example of this I can give is, let's take Pulsar 200 NS for an example. It's a 200cc motorcycle, yet it has 6 gears, so it goes all smoothly, the power is distributed properly, and it goes beyond the speed limit of Royal Enfield. I really appreciate that. I'm not defaming Royal Enfield, as I said before, but yeah, that's a great thing, because you see there is a proper gear ratio, there is a proper gear distribution, proper power distribution, and the same is not done with Royal Enfield. So I think a 6th gear will surely solve the problem of that excess amount of power which is causing the vibration of the engine. Reason number 3. Now reason number 3 is based with the old school side or the retro side of the Royal Enfield and the classic mindset, and I really I'm really happy and I really appreciate that Royal Enfield has brought the retro side or the old school side in compare with the modern side or the naked sports bike era and all the modern bikes era, because to come up with such old school technologies and to still compete with the modern technology is a great thing. But Royal Enfield is not able to hit that sweet point. It is not able to reach that sweet point where modern technology and old school technology comes together and boof, you have a mind-blowing bike out there. So that is the sweet point which Royal Enfield needs to hit. But unfortunately, Royal Enfield is more on the old school side and less on the modern technology side. So because of that, there is no, first of all, proper, I can say, proper use of modern technologies, because of which they are giving out power, they are giving out you can say energy out of the engine, but because of the lack of modern technologies they are not able to consume it properly, they are not able to distribute it properly, not able to serve it properly. And once again, the engine, it all comes up on the engine, because the engine is the one which ends up making the vibration. So once again, the engine is under lots of strain, it has power but is not able to use it power, or it is under lots and lots of usage but is not able to give the power. So once again, your bike keeps vibrating. Moving on to reason number 4. Reason number 4 is somewhat based on reason number 3, because it is all about the riding modes. Now of course, with the increasing technology, and as we know that most of the high-end CC bike usually have basic 3 riding modes, which is cruising mode, urban mode, and of course sports mode. Some of the bike don't have it, but let's just take it into consideration. Now Royal Enfield, let's talk about 350cc power. It has no riding mode, nor does 500cc has on, and that gets a bit frustrating for the engine, because you are supposed to use the same power in the city, you are supposed to use the same power on the highway. So when you are riding in the city, the bike is restricting itself, you are restricting the bike from using its power. So there is lots of power but you are not using it, so that power gets used up as vibration, and it transmutes into vibration, and you are feeling this vibration every now and then. And when you talk about on highways, when you go on highways, you are revving up, there is open road, straight road, you want to stretch, but there is no power available, there is no gear. So once again, there is nothing you can do. So if you were to be given with riding mode, let's say there would have been a riding mode where there is proper distribution of horsepower, let's say a particular horsepower for city, a particular horsepower for highways, I'm really sure that Royal Enfield will give more power, there will be less vibration and more sweet rides, smooth rides from Royal Enfield engine, that I'm really sure about. So yeah, that's one of the thing, riding mode, which will surely help Royal Enfield getting up on the level of it. So yes, that's the 4 main reason why a bike vibrates so much. The single cylinder, no proper power distribution among gears, somewhat old school and less modern, and of course the riding mode, which will help or as I'll say, use of modern technology. So these are the 4 main reasons why a bike vibrates so much. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up, do comment down below if any queries or any question or any more points regarding why your bikes vibrate so much, why there is so much vibration with the Royal Enfield motorcycle. Do comment down below. And I'm once again repeating myself that I'm in no way defaming Royal Enfield, because why would I do that? Or else, like, if I wanted, I wouldn't be owning a Royal Enfield right now. So I'm not defaming in any way to the Royal Enfield company. I really love, to be honest, I'm a big time Royal Enfield enthusiast. Yes, I am. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up, do comment down below if any queries, any question or anything regarding the topic, and do share it among your friends. Let them know why the bike vibrates so much. And if you are new, if you are watching my face for the first time, do hit the subscribe button and stay tuned with all this such of great contents, rides and everything regarding motorcycle and especially Royal Enfield. And do check out my last video, it must be somewhere here or here, I don't know, just check this out, it must be somewhere here. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you next time, and be a badass.